How big a deal is this?
Well, this is a deal that originated out of this office, well, not this particular office, the one across the street, 20 years ago. We were, quite honestly, ashamed 20 years ago of where people got off the train in North Charleston. And if you look back at the history of train travel, there were always beautiful locations and sites where the train stopped, whether we're in the peninsula or what have you. When they came out here, and then when Amtrak took over and was, the rail line was forced to let them operate, nobody maintains the property. And so I started working 20 years ago, and we were looking at building a train station. What transpired then was CARTA came about. It's a regional transportation authority. So we passed it to them. And for whatever reason, things didn't work out. And so we've taken it back over. And it's going to be a facility, I think, people who travel out of Charleston and into Charleston area will have a great place to stop, and something that we as citizens can be proud of as a welcoming area. And it's also going to handle an office for CARTA, but it's also going to handle the stage company that does the buses as well. It will have a room that's a historical room for the Liberty Hill community, because that was part of their history. And then a meeting room that can be utilized as well in the facility.
So Greyhound will be there, right? You're saying, will CARTA have their buses based there, or just?
No, okay. No. They will only have an office there. They will have transportation, a route coming in to pick people up that need to go to different locations, whether it takes them to a transfer site or what have you. But I think what we're going to see is a growth of people utilizing the train travel. I never forget, I took Elliot when he was a teenager to Washington, D.C. on a train so we could have that time together and that experience together. And I think you'll see more usage by our local people and more usage by people coming into the area.
How will that help Liberty Hill? You know, Liberty Hill's gotten a bad rap for so many years, crime, etc. Got to be a huge boost for the neighborhood.
It is. It highlights them. You know, Liberty Hill is the oldest free black community in the state of South Carolina. And so we're trying to find ways that we can work with them to enhance the respect that they should be getting for that, and the people that have grown up in that area and become very good contributors to society. And so we're working on that. One of the other things we're fixing to do is go put all the electrical underground through Liberty Hill area with new street lights and what have you. So it's all a product of improvement for the quality of life. It's advertisement for our community when people come to this facility and look at it. I think this will be something we can all be proud of. We actually are replicating a design similar to the one that burned down in the city of Charleston back in the early 1900s. So I think it's going to be something that the entire community can be very proud of. And for us in North Charleston, just another step up that ladder to improving the quality of life.
The cost was $14.5 million.
$14.5 million.
How's it being paid for?
It's through a grant. About $1 million will be coming out of us. We have worked and closed on the property. You know, when you're dealing with the rail lines and what have you, it's a very tedious task that you have to do. But we've now closed on the sale of the property, and now we're ready to move forward on the construction, and then we'll end up doing the demolition of the old facility that's there.
When do you hope to get this open?
I think it's potential to have it open sometime in 2018. We're not sure exactly what month, but by the end of 2018, I believe it'll be in place.
Will it be built first and then you demolish the old Amtrak?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have to keep operation going, and it'll be a pleasure to remove the current location.
Are you hoping people also will spend money here getting off there?
Well, you know, the bottom line is, in the tourism travel, there's a percentage of those folks that stay in North Charleston because of room rates, shopping capabilities, and movement of people within the community is so simple today. So we know that we will get a percentage of those folks staying in North Charleston. But the biggest thing is, to me, is the statement that it makes when you pull into that terminal. That this is a community that's a caring community. They're proud of who they are and what they do.
It's going to be right on the side of the Amtrak now?
Yes.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
between it and Rivers.
So,
Excuse me, Montague.
right. So all of it's being paid, except for $1 million being paid through a grant? And
Correct.
so tax dollars, $1 million in tax dollars, that's it?
That's it.
Okay. And the city's going to operate it?
We will operate it. There will be some operational cost above and beyond the rents that will be paid, but it's something that I think is a valued investment for us.
And jobs might be created too, I guess.
Oh yeah, but again, Harve, the key component. If I was traveling by train and I pulled up at that station today, if I was coming in at the bus station over on Dorchester Road, I might reconsider.
That's a very good point. Anything else you want to add? They didn't ask you.
We're just proud of the fact that this is coming to fruition and be serving the people of the greater Charleston area.